Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And today I'm going to show you all my EDC blades that I carried for last month. These are the ones I carried in my rotation. I might have had a few stragglers for a review or something, but these are the main ones. The first one was a gracious gift by a good friend and a knife that I've been wanting and I just never pulled the trigger, and that is the Spyderco Shaman. And this is the Sprint Row Shaman with carbon fiber scales and CPM S90V. Such a beefy, well-made knife. And I'll tell you what, this is the sharpest Spyderco I've ever gotten out of box. It has so much bite to it. Very, very good aggression. I can barely run my fingers over the top. It definitely bites in whenever I pull them back. So love to see that. The next one, probably been one of my favorite blades since I got it at Blade Show, and that is the Strider SNG in 20 CV with aluminum scales, stonewash blade. I'm already getting some wear on the titanium. You can see the spots. This is the first Strider that I I haven't taken apart like almost instantly. It had bad lock stick when I got it, but now I can even sling it out hard. No lock stick whatsoever. I did have to use a Sharpie and lead on the tang of the knife for a while, but now it's good. And now this is my favorite factory grind is definitely from Strider. They do such a nice toothy edge. I mean, God, this edge bites so good into your fingers. It makes me want to go and sharpen all my knives with toothy edges. I have started doing that here recently, kind of going away from the mirror polish on most of them. Next one is a favorite for a while, and that is the Shirogorov Neon Light in S90V, wearing my edge. Just a nice, well-made folder. Not cheap by any means, but I got this in trade and I got a good deal on it. Super smooth, keeps getting smoother by the day. And I use this knife a good bit. I probably need to touch up the edge. Yeah, I could use a nice little strop, but nice folder. Next is probably the most satisfying fidget knife, and I like a lot about it, and that is the Koenig Mini Goblin. I love the aesthetics of this knife. The action is just amazing on this guy. And listen to this. I mean, it just thwacks out. Just awesome knife. The only thing, I wish it would have been ground a little bit thinner.
Thanks. I'm glad it could help.
I heard, I don't know, I'm not going to say her name because she'll start talking, but there you go. That's a Koenig Knives Mini Goblin. Excellent knife. Alrighty. These next 5 are my secondary knives. I always carry at least 2 knives. It's just how I am. If I got the pockets, I'm going to carry them. And these are either like that coin pocket knives that I put in there, or just, secondary blade. And then the last 3 of these knives I'm going to show you are the ones I go to grab, especially when I have like jogging shorts on, or I need a very lightweight knife. So first one is a nice 5th pocket knife with my anno finish on it. This is the Monterey Bay Knives Min Pin Ray Laconico design. I need to do a video on this one. I modded this thing completely. Oh, if anybody's interested in this finish on their knives, I am accepting orders. I started taking orders a couple of weeks ago, and I will say just email me or DM me on Instagram. So I also did a 2-tone finish on the blade. I sat in the flats, acid stone washed it, and it's wearing a very, very sharp hair whittling edge right there. Um, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this knife, but if y'all are interested in hearing my opinion on this guy, y'all let me know down in the comments. Another Blade Show favorite, the Strider PT. That is now wearing my edge because I dulled it out the other day. These are all the PTs are S30V. Absolutely love this little knife. Such a cool knife. This will never leave the collection. All right, these last three are more like my very lightweight knives that I go for whenever I'm wearing my gym shorts. And the first is the Civivi McKenna. This one happens to be in Chinese Damascus. Just a very nice, lightweight, thin profile front flipper, affordable front flipper at that. Especially the D2 variants. I think they're like 60 bucks. Very snappy action, nice and smooth. Deep carry pocket clip. I did remove that first screw because it was getting caught on the materials in my clothing. So now it's good to go. The next has been in the pocket an awful lot. I like this folder. I didn't love it in the beginning, but once I bought this version of it, it's been in my pocket so much. And that is the Benchmade Bug Out with the gray coating and the green, I guess you call it, plastic scales. It's just such an awesome knife. You got that thin blade stock. It's not ground super thin, but it still slices good because of that thin blade stock. Super, super lightweight. I think this is a sub 2 ounce knife. Deep carry clip. Very comfortable in hand. Very thin. Love the little accent colors. There's so much to like about this knife. I don't know if I ever did a bug out video, but I think I might do a comparison video with this and either the Power Lightweight or Mini Grip or something like that. Let me know if y'all be interested in seeing something like that. The coating's holding up okay, but as you can see, it's starting to wear off right there. But I have been using this a good bit, so there you go. And last but certainly not least, I picked this guy up to review on the channel, and I wanted to see if I might like it more than the Bug Out, and that is the Spyderco Power 3 Lightweight. There are some things I like a lot about this knife, some things not so much. But spoiler, I don't see this kicking the Bug Out of my pocket. The only thing that I like more about this knife than the Bug Out is the clip. That's the only thing I like more. The action is really nice on this guy, but once I do my video on this, I'll have to talk more about that. There's a trade-off with that. So there you go. That's my main blades that I've been carrying for the month. I also got 2 new blades that have went straight in the pocket as well, but I'm not going to include them in this video. I will show them, but I guess you'd call them runner-ups. One of them is I got back. And if y'all recall, my busker had a mirror polish finish on the scales before they anoded it, and it was really slick for me. So I sent it in. I handed it off to Eugene at Blade Show, and I told him I definitely wanted it blasted to give it some grip. And we went with a purple ano, and I loved the way it came out. So there you go. Without natural light, it looks gray, at least from me looking through the viewfinder. That looks gray, but in the sunlight, all the valleys on those grooves, or you can see the purple really good. But of course, the color's being washed out on my camera. It looks really gray from here. Y'all tell me if y'all are seeing any purple, but I promise you it's there. The next knife, and then he dark bronzed the hardware and the beautiful floating backspacer right there. I absolutely love it. And this one was wearing my edge before, and it's still wearing my edge. So next one, I just did a video on this same knife, but this was a special run that he did. He always does special runs of, his folders, and that is the A. Purvis Primordial MK2. I had mine on loan from a buddy of mine. He had the Knife Nuts edition, and I absolutely love checked so many boxes for me. And when I saw this was available, it's a black stonewashed PVD coated blade, purple anno on the bolsters with that marble carbon fiber. And I also have the, and there you go, and the PVD pocket clip that's been distressed. I also have the orange G10 and the green G10 scales that came with it. And he also gives tons of swag. I'll tell you what, he does it right. But this knife does so many things right. And once I have enough use on it and I test this nice thin edge, I will do an update on it if y'all are interested. Not a lot of people watch that video, so I don't know. Maybe it's because they're, somewhat limited. Y'all let me know down in the comments. So there you go. There's all the blades that have been in my rotation for the last month. Let me know down in the comments what y'all been carrying, or which ones out of the ones I've shown would y'all be carrying most, or any of these that haven't had a video that you'd like to see a video. Y'all please let me know that as well. I am going to do some sort of video on this guy, just as the Shaman in general, not so much the sprint run probably, but just talking about it in general. And I am still working on a video for the S&G. I've had a lot of comments talking about, asking if I would do a video on this guy. So I will be doing a video eventually or soon. I'm working on it. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. Hope everybody's having an absolute wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.